Hi, so we love to put together different strategies that really help you in terms of your content rhythm and how that might work. And one of the ones that we're very proud of is this LinkedIn newsletter structure, because it will help you to really repurpose old content that you've created, create a daily content cycle that also complements your outreach campaigns, and we're super excited about showing it for you today and potentially doing it for you, right? So here's how this system works. We are looking to be able to create a campaign that hits up a messaging Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And the beauty of this system is we can spend first half of the week teeing up the newsletter, and the second half of the week kind of following it up or adding credibility to it. And the reason why we want to do this is that at the same time we're sending 20 connection requests a day, we're messaging people, we're getting conversations going with them. So we want to make sure that when they go and check out your profile, they're seeing thought leadership, they're seeing interaction. And it's not just posting for posting's sake. They're seeing things that are actually getting them enticed into interacting with you. They're reading your content, they're seeing that you've got a wealth of information, they're considering your value. Super, super important. So on Mondays, we talk about actually starting the week well and starting a week engagement. So a lot of our campaigns, and this is no different, starts with an engagement creator. What do I mean by an engagement creator? Something like a poll or a very kind of interesting question that gets people voting and talking about it. And if that poll can be on the same theme, because if we set the theme for the week, and that theme might be, I don't know, buy-to-let mortgages, right? If you're a mortgage broker, right? So buy-to-let mortgage, right? And so you can say something along the lines on Monday, do you think it's easier or harder to get a buy-to-let mortgage than a normal mortgage, right? And so most people know the answer to that, easier or harder. Most people know that it's going to be harder, so they'll be voting. Or you might have another one which is about the same, right? And so the whole point is to get people hooked into that. And of course, the people who do know in property are going to be like, so much harder, we've got this problem, that problem, blah, blah, blah. And not only are they going to vote, they're also going to comment, they're interacting it. So we're creating this bundle of activity that's on the theme for the week at the start with just a simple poll. Now on Tuesday, what we do is we call it Promo Tuesday, because what we then can do is we can reach out to these people and say, hey, thanks for your vote. By the way, in our Property Weekly newsletter, there's a LinkedIn newsletter, which we can get people to subscribe to, we are going to be talking about buy-to-let mortgages tomorrow. You may be interested in, right? And in the article, we're going to be talking about this and this and this, right? So we're promoting it. We're giving like a little snippet. You might even do this as like a short video, like one of those 1-minute videos saying about it, or you might do it as a post, something along those lines, but a nice promotional post, trying to blend the media up, which is why I like the idea of a little short video. And that's going to get these people to actually start subscribing to your newsletter. And this promotional post is also going to, in its own right, get other people to subscribe. And these DMs that we're sending to these voters are getting people to subscribe. So now suddenly we're getting this subscribership on your newsletter to go up. Awesome, right? These are leads. And the beauty of these leads is that we can then DM those leads and say, hey, thanks for subscribing to my newsletter. Oh, by the way, here's a couple of old issues you might be interested in. We'd love to jump on a virtual coffee with you to discuss, how things are in your world. And bam, you go call to action to virtual coffee, and then jobs are good, and we're now booking in these sales meetings, and you're then selling your product to them. Happy days, right? So you can see how the lead generation is happening. But we want to get more juice from the squeeze. And of course, as I mentioned, I don't know why it keeps on doing me in it doesn't like my there you go, I'm back here. As we mentioned, we want to be able to get the most amount of juice from the squeeze. So we're getting sales meetings, we've got a structure for that. So the next stage for us is to actually then post on Wednesday the newsletter. So we always call having a weekly moment, having a focal point for your week. So this is your weekly moment, your Wednesday post. Great. So this is where we publish the newsletter. Now the beauty of this is many people would have written blogs, would have had articles that they wrote previously, maybe even did a newsletter via email that they used before. On LinkedIn, none of that probably has come into an actual LinkedIn newsletter. So we can take old content, give it a little bit of a up-to-date kind of facelift and use that for your newsletters. You're not even having to go back and write new stuff. Or if you haven't got that kind of body of work or you want to do something new, then it's only one new real piece of thought leadership you've got to do per week to be able to make the system work, because the poll and the promotion stuff is all based upon this one piece of content. You launch that, that then goes out via email to all of these subscribers, and that email isn't from your email, it's from LinkedIn news email, so the likelihood of getting through spam filters is very high because most people will have LinkedIn in the safe senders list, which is great. So deliverability is excellent on that. Plus it publishes on your actual LinkedIn feed as an article, so it can be seen there, and you can tag it as a featured post there. So you're getting a really nice volume of interest on this newsletter, and of course it in itself will help to get more subscribers, and then you can DM more of those subscribers, get more of those into your virtual coffees, and then bam, you can be having more sales conversations, right? Happy days. Now Thursday, because we want to make sure that we're kind of reusing some of the older newsletters or content you put out, we call it Throwback Thursday. And so when we will reshare one of the other content that you did, and ideally if we've done other stuff around buy-to-let mortgages in the past, then we can do a throwback to say, hey, as it's buy-to-let week, we thought we'd throw back to when we did a video or a keynote talk, or we published a blog about buy-to-let, and you can do another throwback, maybe an ebook or whatever. You can do a Throwback Thursday to be able to get the most amount of juice from the squeeze, again with a call to action. Anybody interacting on it, we're DMing them, we're inviting them to a virtual coffee, bam, we're getting more of those, which gives us more of those sales, right? And then Friday we're doing Share a Win Friday. Now this is super important because we want to share success, we want to share the results. And so if we can now publish a buy-to-let win where you put a case study together where you help someone to be able to put together a buy-to-let mortgage or what have you on this, or you helped a client win because they did X, Y, and Z, and this is for any kind of service sector business. You then publish a buy-to-let case study win, and then your audience can see that, and again, call to action, get some more of those virtual coffees, win some more clients, and so the whole thing works so well. And that's that theme, right? So you can see Engagement Creator Monday, promo Tuesday, Weekly Moment Wednesday, which is your newsletter, Thursday's Throwback Thursday, and then your Share a Win Friday, right? So that's the cycle. Now, we say to clients, actually, try and get 13 themes. Why 13? Well, 13 times by your 4 quarters equals your 52 weeks. So you actually do the same 13 themes 4 times a year. You just rinse and repeat every quarter. Now, I can't even remember what I did 3 days ago, what I even had for breakfast yesterday. So God knows, am I ever going to know what you posted on your social media 14 weeks ago? We're just never going to see it. And the whole point is the newsletter will be different, although same. So you're always going to do a different newsletter, but it means that you can have 13 polls because you're always going to have a buy-to-let week. So you can always have the same polls that you put out. You can also have the same case studies because you only have 13 case studies because you have those 13 themes. So this could be buy-to-let, this could be new homeowners one, this could be entrepreneur mortgages or whatever it is. If you're a coach, this could be different structures of your 5-step methodology that you've broken down. And so that means that if then you're only writing the newsletter each week, and the throwback is actually you're just throwbacking other content. So you can have your same throwbacks every week, and you just have to recycle the same 13. You're recycling the same share of wins, you're recycling the same polls, and then your promo posts are promoting the newsletter. So that's good. So you're only doing like a short promo post, which is basically you use ChatGPT to create a little synopsis of the 3 main points out of that content. And so ChatGPT is going to create those promo posts, and your newsletter is only the fresh bit of content, which ultimately you probably could get ChatGPT to write 90% of it, and you just dust about 10% of your personality in, and then bam, you've got a great article. Put a couple of little selfies in there, or even just do these promo things. You just do like a quick 1-minute video on your camera, bam, you put it out. And you can put all this then into a content plan. And then this is how we work with clients, that will consolidate this whole rhythm into a bit of a LinkedIn, a Trello board that looks like this. This becomes the content calendar. And you can see here at the top, Monday Engagement Creator. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you got the weeks 1 to 13 here. and then you can see here, you pick here week 1, you know, theme 1. This is the poll and the question and everything to use. So this is the poll, the hashtags, the question, the first comment, the DM to send to voters. This is the post to go out on the Monday. So once you as the client is like, right, yeah, I'm happy with that. I've set that up, great. Then this is just rotating. You just sign it off, as I say, you put your little personality, dust your personality over it. We get it most of the way there for you. And then the machine is set and it's just post, which is cool. And then when we're talking about the outreach side, then you're also thinking, right, if you know the content now is going out and the thought leadership is going out, then we just got to take and grab people and bring them to the party. So in the buy-to-let mortgage example, you'd be doing a search through Sales Navigator or property investors in the UK, maybe near your hometown or whatever it is. You would pull that data into a spreadsheet like this, get their details, get their info. We use a couple of clever little softwares one's called Sales Navigator, which is LinkedIn's one, but then we pull that into Expandy so we can then pull a data set like this. And then that gives us these 3 emails. And then these 3 emails are cold outreach emails. So we can use these 3 emails as direct messages to people to introduce you, not to kind of send the newsletter or anything, but these are introductory emails, 3 emails over 2 weeks, just saying, hey, this is what we do, send them an example of kind of the newsletter, offering that virtual coffee, that sales meeting, strategy session, whatever it might be, into that. So it's introduction into you and your business. And then they're also in a very similar ilk to get you kind of conversation starters, sending 5 DMs over 2.5 months. Again, all designed to say, hey, you know, not to go, hey, buy my stuff, but like, hey, you've got this new piece of content coming out and this is what's going on, etc. And so you just manage it through sending these messages, talking to these people. If they book a meeting with you, they go green. If we're in conversation with them, they go orange. And if they are saying no, thank you, they go grey, right? So this is the campaign, and this allows us to get into your audience and connect a message with them, and then the content cycle is what allows us to get your content out into the world in machine type manner, leaving only for you to think about, well, what would I talk about in an article each week? And you already know what the theme should be, and we can already write it via ChatGPT to get you 90% of the way there. So it is relatively hands-free. Cool. Hope that helps, and looking forward to seeing how you get on with it. All the best.